Greetings, family. Here we are, me and Audrey again with another beautiful day in Honduras. It is beautiful out here today. That's why the birds are singing so loud. But today we're going to deviate from the book a little bit, and we're going to talk about something that's been plaguing our community for too long, for real, and that's asthma. I don't know how many of you guys are suffering from asthma, but you don't have to suffer from it. I'm going to say this. Because asthma is a bronchial condition that caused from mucus being in your bronchial tubes. I mean, that's simple. It's a simple way to get rid of it. Simple way, just as simple as it got there.
Well, wait a minute before you, because I know, okay, yes, but the people who are dealing with it doesn't seem so simple. I know several people that, are very close to me who suffer from it. So let's talk about Sebi first.
I was going to talk about that.
Yeah,
that was what I was going to use as an example.
Okay,
because,
yeah.
That's why I said I'm totally aware of what asthma is.
Right.
I've been to projects where 75% of the kids in the projects suffer from asthma. That's sad. But growing up, my father and my brother both had asthma. I mean, we would be going someplace and he would remind him, he'd be like, Abdul, make sure you get your inhaler. Both of them had to have their inhalers. And I was, as a youngster, I'd be sitting back going, why they got to use that? Why they ain't using it? What is that for? Yet I come to understand that he had asthma. What is asthma? It's when mucus get in your bronchioles, so the least little irritation, pollen, I don't care what it is, gets in there that's disagreeable with that mass of mucus that's stuck there, oh, you're going to have problems. And how do they deal with the problem that comes with that? They give you a steroid. That's what that inhaler is. A steroid that opens up your bronchioles so that, now they opening up your bronchioles because they designed to do that, but your bronchioles go back to the way they was. That's why you got to keep taking that inhaler. Why? Because you refuse to change just a few things that you're consuming on a daily basis. So let's deal with the root cause of asthma. Our diet is the root cause of asthma. Cheese, milk. As kids, I mean, that's why it was such a high rate of kids in the projects with asthma. Why? Because they eating cereal. Every time they get hungry, they eating cereal. What's the cereal in? Milk. What's the cereal made of? Garbage. It's all sugar and milk. And what are you doing? You're creating an environment for mucus to just build up in your bronchioles. Yes?
What if it was in a non-dairy type of milk?
Right.
There's plenty of non-dairy types of milk. Yet, when you're trying to alleviate something like, I guess I'm going to say this a million times before I'm out of this place, is that when your body is going through any kind of change, it's best to take the most radical of routes to change your body. Why? Because we want to be comfortable while our body has to heal itself. You're not comfortable when you got to take that inhaler and you can't breathe.
And milk is just one of the dairy things. There's cheese and
it's not just one of the dairy things. It's not just that. It's all that mucus building food that we eat.
Right. I'm just saying there's a myriad of dairy, items that. So somebody could be drinking an alternative milk, but they're still eating
pizza.
Right. So eating dairy.
Eating meat. Eating meat too. All of it.
Yeah.
So, when you want to heal yourself, you got to take drastic measures.
Yeah.
And, me and Aja, we are some fasting, believing in individuals. Yeah. So we know when anything, our body is saying, hey, we need adjustments, we just stop doing everything.
Yeah.
And then when you go back to eating, you know exactly what's causing your body to react, because it's going to react when you put it in your body.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. There's no reason why anybody should be living their life dependent on aspirator to breathe
Yeah.
when you have full control over that.
So dairy is one thing. What else? What else is inflaming the lungs?
Smoking. If your job is around stuff that is toxic and you breathing it in all the time, there's a myriad of things that can cause your lungs to get inflamed, your bronchioles to be inflamed. Mm-hmm. Asthma, I can say, is particularly associated with what you're eating. Because I saw it in the kids. I saw it in my father. I saw it in my brother. It was what we was eating. We was eating oxtails and all cheese. I mean, we used to just eat like all the rest of the folks in the neighborhood, which was all black neighborhoods then.
Yeah.
So my grandmama would cook beans and have ham hocks and all kind of stuff in them. I wasn't even allowed to eat it. But we eat it anywhere every now and then, but it wasn't cooked in our house. Not like that. Yet, we ate beans with sausage in it. I mean, it's a myriad of things that causes us. Everybody's body is not the same. You go, well, my cousin eats it. Well, their body don't react to it like you do. Yours do.
Yeah, maybe your cousin is more active.
So when your body reacts to a certain thing a certain way, that means you have to be mindful of your own body's reaction to this particular thing and why everybody else around you in your family may not have it, you do. That means you have to do something different. That's all it means. You know, I mean, why would you be confined to doing and eating and acting like your family when you're a different individual anyway? You don't have to eat like them. You really don't. We forget we have choices. Yeah. Our choices is what brings us down the road to where we get to the point to where we have to evaluate what's going on with our choices. When you get down the road, like with Sebi, he got down the road. I remember my mother had to keep the house spotless. Why? Because the least amount of dust, he was gasping for air. But he got to the point to where he realized that, hey, I can't live like this. And he changed it. How did he change it? He changed his diet. He started taking herbs. He started doing the things that was necessary to alleviate it. And he not only had asthma, he had diabetes. So he had diabetes and asthma. He was messed up.
And this was early on in Sebi's.
Yeah, this was when I was a kid.
So how long? Like, how long do you think it took for him to eradicate, asthma? And because you saw him not needing a aspirator anymore, inhaler. Right. You saw him,
I was saying that in the course of like 7 years.
Okay, so it took some time.
Well, it's not that it took time. It's that it took time for him to realize.
Right.
He didn't realize. He didn't come to that conclusion right away.
All at once.
It was over time that he was like, "Hey, this is not for me."
Right.
And when he found out it wasn't for him, he changed.
Yeah.
And then that can't to deal with none of that anymore.
Yeah, and I want to say, because I really want, there really is no limit of time. It's as fast as you want it to go.
Exactly. It's
Each
about the
experience
individual.
is different, and so you can know this one and that one, but you can just keep your mind on yourself and good health on yourself, and make good choices for yourself, and you'll see changes overnight.
And that's what people don't understand about what they consider to be miracles. What is a miracle? A
Yeah.
miracle is when you desire something. And the opportunity comes for you to manifest it, you manifest it.
Right.
It don't have to take a long time.
Right.
It's all up to us.
Yeah.
We are the key component in everything. Everything.
So let me ask you, so you never saw after that Sebi use an inhaler again?
No.
Or have diabetes again?
No.
So it went away.
Right. He never had to use none.
It was not a lifelong sentence.
It wasn't even close to a lifelong. Because I know he was, when he got over that, I was 18.
Yeah.
He was, and when he was going through, I was like 9, 10, 11.
Right.
So, and it was alleviated.
Right.
That's when he was like, man, let's be vegetarian. I was like, I'm good with that.
Right.
And that's when we really embarked on because of what happened.
Right.
he saw the change. He's like, man, this is garbage. We can't be eating this shit.
Right.
It was killing me.
Right.
And we did the change. So, you know, it's about it becoming a lifestyle. Most folks don't even know how their lifestyle arrived to the point to where it was the very thing that they used to satisfy themselves, which is food, became the source of their detriment.
Well, you know, that's really what my next question was, or what it was bringing me to, is what about those who say it's hereditary? Like, we have asthma in our family.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I want to be as
respiratory,
clear
or
as I
lung.
can. There's no such thing. No such a thing as hereditary. What's hereditary is the way that we eat and we live because we're watching them. They're our example, so we do what they do. Mm-hmm. And we do what they do, we get the same results as they do.
Right.
When we change whatever it is within that loop, then different results got to happen. Why? Because you're not continuing the same routine over and over that got the family to be whatever way it is.
Right.
So remember, we have control over that. We're not islands, but we're not all connected to each other to the point to where if you have a disease, I have to have it. No.
Yeah.
That is totally infactual because we are individuals. Our individual cells are different than everybody else's individual cells. So, since you know that and when you realize what things you are doing now, it's not just the food. It's the thought process as well. We depend on that external diagnosis about our condition and then being told that this is something that you're going to have to do for the rest of your life. That is the most insane thing I can imagine. Why? Because we're constantly in flux. We're constantly changing. And for somebody to say this is what you're going to do the rest of your life to live, that is totally contradictory to everything that I know. Because as human beings, we are human, this physical body, and we are beings that affect and animate this physical body. So when you realize that you're not just this body can be transformed. The way that you want it to look without having anybody do anything to it other than you changing how you think about yourself. The projection that you put out here is the projection that lives inside of you. People look at folks and go, oh, she's fine and she's beautiful. Like I tell everybody, that's all subjective. I've been around many of models who consider themselves to be ugly. When everybody else was oohing and ahhing over there, it's like, I don't feel like that. I don't look like they think. I'm like, wow, is that it? So it ain't about the look. It's about what you're projecting. Even though your physical appearance may look a certain way at a certain time, that's subject to change. Why? Because of what's inside of you. What's inside of us means everything.
And not only subject to change, beauty really is in the eye of the beholder.
It really is.
And it doesn't, and everybody, like, man, that is the beauty in being.
That's what's beautiful about life.
Own light
expression.
And to exemplify who you are. There's only one of you. There's only one of me. There's only one of everybody. Everybody is so unique. Even twins, even identical twins are still unique, in their own way. And nothing is better than being the full expression of yourself.
Exactly. That alleviates your need to have to fight all these diseases.
Yeah.
All these diseases come from our dis-ease within ourselves.
Right.
You become, you can say, distant from who you are because, again, I'm going to say this. We worry more about who we are than what we are. When we understand what we are, the who we are don't even matter no more. Because the who we are pertains to this physical expression. The what we are pertains to our energetic self. We are energy. That's what we are. Who we are is whatever you imagine yourself to be at any given moment. That changes like the wind. Sometimes the wind is warm, sometimes the wind is cold, sometimes the wind is soothing, sometimes the wind is irritating. We change just like the wind. Yet, that's not what we are. We are everything. So when we start realizing that who we are is not as important as we want to make it believe, then changing the manifestation of who we are becomes easier. We battle with things that we put on everybody else. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Why don't you know what's wrong with you? You live inside of you. Just because something aches inside of you don't always mean that it's something bad going on. Sometimes growth is painful. I remember as a kid when I used to be walking, I used to get this pain right at the base of my spine. And where it hurt, I'd be like, ah. And I used to look at everybody and go, I want to do anybody else go through this. It was my body growing. Nobody told me that I had to look for that when my body was growing. So I didn't know what the hell it was. I thought it was something wrong with me. There was absolutely nothing wrong with me. But because every time we get a signal, we always equate it to something negative instead of letting it be the signal that it is. And it may be most beneficial for you if you stop and let it be and quit putting tags on everything. We've been taught to do that. We have to unteach ourselves to do certain things. I have certain feelings in my body that it's not always pleasant. Yet I know not only am I growing on an emotional level, I'm growing on an energetic level, and I'm growing on a physical level. So, the things that I feel, a lot of things I've never felt before. I don't go into a panic. I let it ride itself out. But when you go to somebody and tell them about it and they don't live in your body, they're going to always equate it to something that ain't even what you even remotely as to what it is. They tell you what it is and you digest that and you believe that, so you accept that and you become that. So all you guys who are suffering from asthma, lack of breathing, first of all, I'm going to say this. We breathe wrong. Start breathing from your inhaling in your nose and let your stomach fill up with air and then exhale through your mouth.
Yeah. And
then you start a cycle. That starts a cycle of cleansing inside your body. Just breathing. But we've gotten so out of touch with ourselves, we don't even breathe. We breathe so shallow. That's why our lives become shallow. That's why our breath becomes shallow. That's why we suffer from all the dumb things we suffer from. Our brain lacks oxygen. Our lungs lack oxygen. Our blood lacks oxygen. So we walking in what? Lack.
Right. So for all of the iPhone users, and I know they probably have a similar app on Androids or Droids. There's in the fitness app, you can have it to notify you to take a minute and breathe, like just a minute.
Right.
Just 60 seconds, and you can set the frequency to whatever you want, and then and it'll tell you, breathe in, hold it, breathe out, and there's all kind of benefits to it, but in the end, it'll help you take in more oxygen, help oxygenate your body.
And you know what we do when we breathe, for real? We're taking in all that fresh, renewed energy, and we're inhaling that inside of it, and then we're releasing all energy that was waste that we didn't need, just like our body does when it eats. Everything is the same. And we can really grasp that it's the same, then we can live our lives more harmoniously with ourselves. Trying to be harmonious with other folks and you're not harmonious with yourself, that is a total contradiction because it ain't going to happen. How can you be harmonious with anything if you're out of sync with your own self?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that, hey, let's get back in sync. And we don't have to worry about needing inhalers or going to the doctors or doing any of that. We forget that we didn't grow up with doctors. It was a time when hospitals wouldn't even accept us. What was we doing then? We shouldn't even be here if it was like we think it is now. Folks just dying wholesale. That is not reality. Reality is you make your life better. Only you can do that. Can't nobody outside of you do that for you. The quicker we get that understanding, the healthier we're going to be. You directly affect your health. Directly. How you eat, how you think, how you live. Mm-hmm. So, when you allow who you are to become center stage, oh, the beauty that life has for you, you can't even imagine. I'm going to tell you that. You can't even imagine.
So, I just want to, just for the people with, because we're going to title this asthma. So, what they eat, what they think about how what they've been told about asthma, like really doing some research. And I think I would say first in what you think is that it can be eradicated. You have to believe that you can live without asthma.
There's kids that grow out of it.
Yeah, kids do grow.
They grow out of it. Why? Because they after they kids, they consuming all this garbage and all this milk. As they get older, they stop a lot of that.
Right.
Hopefully, and then they see the change. But when you continue that change is not gonna happen.
Right. Well, yeah. So, and then information. Knowledge is power. Right. The more we know, then the more we can implement the information that we learn.
Yes.
So, and that's really what this is about. Not really talking at you, but just throwing some things out there that you can actively do to get rid of asthma. You can. And that's why, we started out with Dr. Sebi and it being, come on in, with him having it. And then, like if you didn't know the backstory, you wouldn't even know that he had asthma.
Right.
But, because we understand him to be an herbalist and alkaline and sea moss and so forth. But, that's part of, the healer's journey. Heal thyself.
That's right. That is part of the healer's journey.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. Because I remember when he would be gasping, I would be like, and my brother, same. I would look at them like, what is wrong with them?
And I would not be able to tell that Abdul had asthma. I mean, it's fine.
Oh yeah, him and Sebi, they was inhaler carriers. He'd be like, man, you get your inhaler.
Yeah.
He would ask him, and Abdul would pull out his coat. I got it. I'd be like, yeah, I used to look at that and go, what is going on here? Why they got inhalers? What is that?
Right, but you were.
But I understood even as a child that hey, they both had something within them that was stopping them from breathing properly. I knew dust in any kind of particulates, he would react to it because I would watch him.
Yeah.
He would just, and he would go into that. I was like, oh man, and I was, hey man, I was like, I'm glad I ain't gonna go through that. Then my sister wound up going to get her tonsils and adenoids. I was like, what is wrong with these people?
Lord.
Hey. For real, as a kid, I would ask myself, why are they going through that?
Yeah.
What are they doing? We all lived in the same house.
Yeah.
So, again, that's what I'm talking about. When
so
people consider it be heredity,
right.
This is hereditary. No, it's not hereditary.
Yeah.
It's repetition. We do the same thing. It's routine. We eat the same thing. It's our lifestyle. We live the same way.
Yeah.
So you're going to get the same results.
Yeah.
When you change that routine, you change all those little in-betweens, then you change the results that you get.
And you change your DNA for futures. And that is true. So you are more susceptible to it, but you don't have to have it. So yeah, if the lifestyle and different things are present that are the same, then yes, you can expect the same results, but tweaking and changing, quite frankly, moving yourself out of those environments. I was just talking about that with Monique, that, my mother suffered from diabetes, my father, there was a host of hereditary, things going on in the family. I rebuked all of that then, because I didn't eat like that. Right. Then, there were certain things that, yes, I did eat and there's certain things I still like. but it is not what is the main
Predominant,
thing
right.
that's on the table. So you adjust yourself to show yourself that you love yourself and that you are responsible for what you know. I knew better.
Right.
So once you gain the information, once you know better, you should do better. And then that's what, and I'll tell you right now, there is none of those hereditary things that my parents had whatever that I have an issue with it. And I also claim that for my children because I did the work. And that's all you got to do is the work. Just change the way you eat, change the way you think, change, negative energy that you're around. Like it's not just one thing. Once you down to consuming it, it's already here and here is the manifestation of it.
Well said, Audrey.
Thank you.
But it's true.
Yeah.
So we're here trying to get you guys jump started. It's like I don't have asthma, she don't have asthma. We really could care less, but because we help those who seek it,
Yeah.
then we're here to give you the information that we have so that you can help yourself.
Yes.
You don't need no doctor to tell you what you need to do. You really don't.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you got to remember that's their profession. They got to make money off of you. They get paid from the pharmaceutical companies to give you these drugs. I mean, everybody who has any kind of knowledge of what's going on know that. It's not hidden. It's not a secret.
Yeah. It's big business.
It's big business.
Yeah.
It's the way that America is built.
It's the American way.
It's the American way. So, let's find another way. Let's find you can say, the human way.
Right.
Because that's just being human. To understand yourself, to help yourself, to heal yourself is being human.
To give your body what it needs.
To
To
give
know
your body the
to
things that it
understand it.
needs.
Yeah.
The being part gets to the part where you become magical enough to change your environment in everything.
Yeah.
That's the being part of us.
Yeah.
It's not confined to this physical expression. It's part of the whole. So when it's part of the whole, it makes you part of the whole. Then you become a functioning part of the whole. You'll never be sitting around talking about, I'm bored. That's asthmatic all by itself. You shouldn't be breathing if you don't know what to do with your life.
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, there's always time to figure it out.
Hey.
And sometimes it comes later on in life.
It do come later on in
so-
life, but I'm saying you shouldn't have to be living a death sentence because of something that somebody told you.
That's true.
That death sentence is you giving it to yourself.
Yeah.
We watch the plants that we have. I mean, sometimes they get stepped on and smashed and they still pop up and want to live.
Yeah.
They want to live.
Yeah.
How much more should we want to live?
Boy, they reaching for that sun.
Reaching for it. Like
Finding
one of
it.
the guys said it's easy to die. They wanted to die. What they was afraid of was living.
Mm-hmm.
So are you afraid of living? Because dying is easy. Everybody going to do that. We all have that in common. We all going to die. But to live is something we don't have in common. Some of us live, some of us just exist.
Yeah.
Living, you're going to be given back into the universe, back into the earth, back into yourself, back into everybody around you. Because it's a cycle of giving and receiving.
Yeah.
Giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. That's what life is. So all I'm going to say is, hey, let's live.
Yes.
Let's live so that we can be free to breathe, not to need any inhaler.
Yeah.
So remember, I'm going to keep saying this, stop and breathe. Take deep breaths into your stomach and just hold it for a second and then exhale it all out through your mouth. That breath goes straight through you like this. It cycles.
Yeah.
It's the breath of life. You breathing in life and you exhaling what you've already extracted from the life you breathed in. Remember that. So every breath you take is a breath of life.
Yeah.
Appreciate that breath. That breath is going to sustain you. So let's breathe freely and get rid of, eradicate asthma.
Yes, let's get rid of it. And what products do we have? Now, first, I want to give a shout out. I have to say, our business partner, my home girl, my confidant, my homie. It's her birthday. It's your birthday, Mimi. Happy birthday.
Happy solar return, Mimi. Enjoy your day.
Out
it's
there,
your
globe
day.
trotting, doing your thing, sporting that lovely smile of yours, man. We appreciate you. We love you. Happy solar return, man. Many more.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here. You appreciate it too.
Yeah. She living it like she do. It's Gemini season, y'all, man. Them Geminis out there Geminiing right now.
Yes to the Geminis. Hey, we love y'all, Gemini. We love that air. We air. Y'all part of our triangle.
Yes. And so, and to that end, welcome and thanks for stopping by, and welcome to USHA, and here's where we ask if you have any questions or if you want to add anything or whatever. Just happy to be here, blessed to be here.
Well, we glad to have you.
Blessed to have you here.
We are.
Yeah, enjoy all the thermal water and the scenery, the quiet. I mean, you can't beat the quiet.
You feel the breeze. It's kissing.
Yeah, the birds and all of the, the iguanas, the geckos running around, all of it.
We're all here for our partaking.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you missed the part about the products.
I missed the part?
Yeah, about the products.
Oh, yeah, I didn't finish it. I went on too. So, what products do we have for asthma? What can they take from your website that can assist?
The Total Cleanse, the Energy Blood Cleansers, and the sea moss bladder wax. You can't miss with taking those 3 herbs. They're gonna cleanse you. They're gonna cleanse your blood, cause mucus get in our blood. They're gonna cleanse all our skin, under the skin. It's gonna start breaking the mucus up within your bronchioles. It's a mucus blaster. The sea moss bladder wax gonna be nourishing and breaking up masses in your body as it's working. So those products, the Energy Blood Cleansers, the Total Cleanse, and the sea moss bladder wax, together those 3 does amazing things if we let it.
Right.
We just have to let it, because it's gonna do what it needs to do. And like I tell everybody, I don't take herbs every day. I don't have to. Yeah, if I had anything I was suffering with, I would be taking them, because I keep a supply here for myself.
Yes, we do.
But we are always out in the garden working and doing, and we eat once a day at best. We may eat twice, but if it's twice, it's a snack, and then we eat. And then we working it off. We doing something with the fuel that we giving ourselves. You can't just fuel up and go to sleep. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
You put fuel in your body to use it.
Yeah.
Put it to use. We be having to stop ourselves and say we're taking a break.
Yeah.
Because we always doing something. Here, there's always something to do. I'm sure there's always, if it's just making sure you got your place clean to the max. Mm-hmm. I remember times when I lived in the city and I would come home and get a nice buzz on and be feeling all good. I get to cleaning up because I wanted to look all like I feel.
Turn that music on.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so that's just part of enjoying your life. So with everything that I have in me, and I know Aja having we bid you guys a beautiful weekend and a beautiful life.
Beautiful.
And may you breathe freely.
Yeah. Breathe in, breathe out. Do it for at least a minute. And for all of those...
Every time you think about it.
Yeah. And
correct your breathing.
Not just people with asthma, but everybody.
Everybody.
That's why when you go...
Breathing heals us.
Have a high blood pressure reading, the first thing they'll do is tell you, let's sit here and breathe for a minute, think of something pleasant.
Breathe.
Let me come back and take it again. Because the stress of getting there, the stress of whatever is in your life, you got to just take a minute, breathe, make yourself present. Take in the air, be intentional about it, because we breathe. Everything functions on its own, right? The heart is pumping, blood is flowing, muscles are moving. So everything is really happening without us saying so. But, there is power in being present in the moment and just stopping and thinking about your breathing,
That's
thinking
right.
about
just
your blood
that
flowing.
One small thing.
Yeah.
throughout your day will change your life. I guarantee you. Why? Because now you're gonna stop and go, oh, let me breathe. And when you're taking that breath, remember you're breathing in life, and you just exhaling all the stuff that wasn't needed, the negative emotions, the whatever came at you that day. Just breathe it out.
Yeah.
We have that ability. We don't have to go sit in nobody's chair and have them digging in our head trying to find out why we are. We are the way we are because we want to be. And all we got to do is want to change it. And it changes.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody said. They can give you all the cocktails of drugs that they want to give you to say that's going to make you feel happy. The only thing that can make you feel happy is you. There's nothing outside of you that can help that.
The only happiness lies with there, man. You can chase it, and then one day you're gonna figure it out. You know, you can chase it in relationships and things and items, cars, homes, vacations, you know, brunch. You know, just mask it and all kinds of things. You're gonna figure it out one day. It's
well,
just
that being
right
said,
here.
Peace out, family. And you guys enjoy your weekend, and we're going to enjoy ours till Tuesday.
Greetings, y'all.